Have you ever heard the phrase intimacy with God and wondered what that was about? Or have you ever questioned how someone can get closer to God? Simply put, intimacy with God speaks to time spent with God in doing things of God. It looks like building an emotional connection and trust with God. Okay, let's think about the way we build normal relationships. How do strangers become friends? Through spending time together, right? And the more time they spend together, the comfort levels and trust slowly builds. If they were supposed to call each other on the phone or hear the voice somewhere, they would be able to easily recognize their friend. Now, after a period of time, as the relationship gets stronger, each person gets predictable in some way because you become so familiar that you just have this knowing, or you can easily guess what the person will do next or how they would respond in situations. And after a while, you gauge how deep the friendship can get based on how deep the emotional bond goes. So, intimacy with God looks the same way, except instead of physically having someone in front of you, you use faith, believing and knowing that God is right there beside you. Does this make sense? Okay, let me ask you this. Where do you think the thought or idea of having an imaginary friend came from? And why do you think it's so easy for us to love fairy tales or epic adventures? Because it stimulates our imagination. Faith and anything of God requires your imagination. So if you want to take this quest to get closer to God, you have to imagine and believe that God is sitting or standing right there beside you. When I first started my journey of getting to understand more of Jesus, it started in my room, alone, on my twin bed. Not in a church, not in a congregation. I was a teenager, and I had this big brown teddy bear I used to cuddle with to help me sleep. I would use that teddy bear and pretend it was God. So I would have a specific time, like every day at 7 p.m. was my time for devotion. I never really felt comfortable expressing myself or being emotional at worship, in the way I saw other people acting at church. But deep inside, I questioned everything about who Jesus is. So my journey started with daily devotion at 7 p.m. I considered it as an appointment. At first, it felt very awkward, as if I was talking to myself. I would sing worship songs, then pray, then try to read the Bible. All of that was a struggle for me. It felt really silly. So then I started reading the Bible like stories. Eventually, I looked forward to 7 p.m. And at times, I would get so lost from reading the stories that I wouldn't realize the time was passing by. Through understanding the stories and encounters I was reading, I had a better understanding of why I needed to believe in Jesus. And when I understood the sacrifice he made, that was the moment I fell in love with him. That's when my heart, my character, and everything about me started to change without me even realizing what was happening at first. See, developing intimacy with God has everything to do with setting aside dedicated time with God. Whether that's through silence or using whatever gifts you have to express yourself in things of God. Remember, it's impossible to know or recognize a stranger. Develop the discipline to want to get closer. Set time aside. Be consistent. And watch how God will reveal himself to you. Remember, you are loved. You are so loved. God bless you. And I'll see you in the next video.